Welcome back to On the Road, where we're chatting alongside notable guests from the hockey world as we discuss and dissect the best and occasionally wildest stories from hockey travel. Road trips, favorite cities, and pit stops all along the way. Welcome to beautiful Muskoka. I'm Jeff Marek, and welcome to On the Road, cottage conversations with hockey people. And today we'll talk to Erik Gudbranson, defenseman for the Columbus Blue Jackets. Among the things we get into, well, trying to get CBJ into the promised land. Yes, we will talk about Johnny Gaudreau as well and his storied career. But as you know already, having watched this series, we've talked a lot about Muskoka Hockey, this legendary hockey camp up here in beautiful Muskoka, Ontario. But let's not forget one thing as well. Erik Gudbranson, EG, is one of the OGs in helping to put it all together. I think you're really going to enjoy this interview. Let's go meet Erik. So Erik Gudbranson, when I say Muskoka, I think of cottage country.
Yep.
And now we're starting to think of cottage hockey country.
Yep.
What do you think of when you hear the word Muskoka?
I think of the lakes first, for sure. And more recently, I think of, instead of showering at the rink, just put my clothes on, go jump in the lake to clean off. Yeah, it's, I just think of being outside, trying new things, learning things, being on the water, slowing down time with people that matter to you.
Yeah.
You know,
who is that for you?
Oh, anybody who comes up to the cottage. Honestly, that was always a dream of mine, to be able to play in the NHL and to be able to afford a cottage. That was the only thing. Like, I've already made it. I'm good. I'm good. Aside from winning a cup, but just bringing people up and being able to enjoy it with them and sit down and talk and enjoy the outdoors. And yeah, it's a really special place.
Muskoka hockey is not really a secret anymore amongst the pro guys. Like, there's like the junior skates and Division I players, etc. But it seems as if every summer there's more pro guys, and the secret is no longer a secret about this sort of hidden gem here in the Muskokas.
Yeah, I think piece by piece, guys are coming up, they're spending a week, they're spending 3-4 days. You know, they have a family friend or maybe some property up here, and they're like, oh, can I make this work? Maybe I'll go for 2 weeks the next year, and then finally the hook's set and we got him. Honestly, and it's a really good program. It's a really good program. It's highly competitive. You know, with Sam at the helm of it, you know, being outside of hockey, and you know, this year I think he's really sent it to another level, being on the ice and taking all that knowledge from his mind and you know, applying it with everything he's learned. I mean, he's got one of those hockey IQs that's notable, right? So he takes that and implements all those ideas into a pretty clear, concise skate. There's a purpose to every single day, and you know, guys push each other up here. It's been really good.
How's your training changed? I mean, I remember watching you, Kingston Frontenac's 3rd overall, 2010, right into the Florida Panthers, by the way. I want to get into that. You're walking into a room and you're seeing, like, oh, there's Ed Jovanovski, and there's Ryan Campbell, and there's Mike Weaver, and here I am, 18 years old, in the Florida Panthers room. How's your training changed?
Yeah, quite a bit. We were talking about it off air, about your son in that same stage I was back then. Yeah, at that time, I think I played my first OHL game at like 173 pounds, and by the time I was done there, I was about 215, 217 pounds, you know, and that was, you know, I guess that's 18 years ago now, something like that. And I mean, I knew at that stage, I wanted to get to the next level. There was no doubt about it. Like, wanted the OHL to be a stepping stone to get to where I really wanted to be, and it certainly was. But I was eating everything, lifting everything.
There's like the physical aspect to it, and then there's like the actual playing of hockey. Like, how I remember talking to one coach, and I said, like, how often does a game change? And he said about every 5 years. I was stunned. And then I look at it, and I think about 2010 when you were transitioning into the NHL from junior, and it has, you go back and watch games, and it looks like not profoundly different, but it's different.
Oh, for sure.
So how do you, because you've endured in this game for a number of years, how have you changed the way you play?
Number one thing I always focused on, my dad was really big on this when I was younger, was be a really good skater. Like, try and be an effortless skater. He'd always grab me and be like, watch Scott Niedermayer move. He's not even trying, and he's getting there. You know what I mean? So I've always thought, having really good edge control, being able to move, it can get you out of a lot of trouble. So I haven't actually veered off that whatsoever. And then just picked up tricks of the trade. I think in my position, the game I play is maintaining D side, never getting caught on the wrong side of the puck, just staying in control. I used to be a long, gangly kid kind of idea, and I've kind of pulled that together and try to be efficient out there, and ideally, if I don't get noticed in a game, probably play a pretty good game.
I'm really curious, you're walking into the Florida Panthers dressing room. I think in your career, you've only played a couple of games in the minors. Like, you are...
Played 2, yeah.
2?
Yeah.
San Antonio?
Yeah.
So 2 games in the American Hockey League. But now your first year, like, you walk into the Florida Panthers, and you look in that room, and there's a Jovanovski, former first overall pick, and there's Brian Campbell and Weaver, and go all the way down. A young Dmitry Kulikov probably would have been there too, I think.
Yeah.
What goes through your mind as you're looking at these like guys you've grown up watching too, right? Going, I'm in a room with Jovo. I'm in a room with...
Oh, Eddie was my first D partner. He was one of my favorite players growing up. I was like pinching myself sitting beside him. It was, I mean, never forget that feeling for sure. It was quite the experience. I just remember being like, okay, my dad told me to just relax and enjoy this, like enjoy it as much as you can. But then you're a young kid, you're amped up, you want to succeed really quick, you want to make a staple, do something that, matters to the boys, and you're just trying to prove it to them that you're worthy, I guess, to a certain extent. But it was we had a great team, and the team was very veteran at that point. Like, we had Marcel Gotch, Jose Theodore was our goalie, Steven Weiss was, a tremendous player. Thomas Fleischman was like really on fire.
He was a good player, man. Fleischman was a good player.
I mean, that line, our first year, him, Weisser, and Christopher Stieg, they made some plays that I've still yet to see.
I'm curious about your firsts. Do you remember first goal? Do you remember first fight? Do you remember what were the first that stood out for you?
Yeah, first fight was Steve Downey. And I remember telling my dad, I was like, listen, I'm playing with Eddie. I really want him to be on my side. I'm like, the first guy who pisses him off, I'm fighting him. I hope it's not someone bad. And I got lucky, and it was Steve Downey, so he was a little bit shorter than me, which went pretty well, and realized pretty quick that like guys who fight in pros don't stop if they get hit. Yeah. So he came back and doinked me a couple times. Yeah. And it was a home and home with Tampa, and the next night, Ryan Malone jumped over the boards and grabbed me.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. And I held on to that one for dear life. So I had 2, my first 3 or 4 games. My first goal was at Madison Square Garden against Lundqvist. Yeah.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, I know.
Scored against the Hall of Famer.
Yeah. First goal, bar down at MSG. It was pretty cool.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Crosby with the Penguins, Sedins with Vancouver Canucks.
Man. So many.
The stars that you've been around, it can't help but influence you as a player, as a person, all of it. We all have our favorite. I've got my own pet Crosby story. Everyone's got their own Sedin stories and all that. Let me just start with Crosby. What's your everyone's got a Crosby story. Like, Sid did this, and I was...
Yeah, well, so there's 2 Sids, right? There's the Sid off the ice, who's just a tremendous human being. Yeah. And then there's the guy who abuses you in practice, right? and sets the tempo for you every single day. And you see that on a daily basis. You're like, whoa, this is a different level of human being.
Colby Armstrong told me a story when he got called up from Wilkes, and after the first practice, he went into the weight room and Sid's like lifting heavy and like really working hard. And Colby told me, I went over to Sid and I'm like, Sid, is there like another league that I don't know about that you're like trying to get to or something? Like, we're in the NHL already, bud. He's like working like there's another league to get to.
Nonstop. Yeah, for sure. So there's one practice. I remember it was like a 3-on-2 drill that we were doing, and I took like my angle on him was like a little bit off, but he was coming right down the middle of both of us. And he just made this like the speed on him and like how he split right through us. Like it was a warm knife with warm butter, like just, and then scored. And he puts his head down, like puts his sticks on his knees and goes and takes, like was really nice about it. You know what I mean? I mean, it made us look bad. And then he looks over at you and he just stares at you until the next rep, and you're like, I'm not letting you do that again. You know what I mean? So it's that mind game that he's playing with each and every one of his teammates, where it's like, don't let that happen again, kind of thing. But there was no word said. It was like, okay, I won't let that happen again. Kind of thing. It's amazing how he was able to do that.
Sedins in Vancouver.
Another two amazing individuals. Yeah, I mean, you talk about guys who can be even keel and methodical about it. They're very methodical about how everything happens, right? And I'll add Alex Edler into that, who's a very good friend of mine still to this day. You know, the three of those guys, Alex Burrows was there for a little bit, my first 2 years, and another great teammate. I mean, those guys, the savviness of them on the ice, they're two extraordinarily smart individuals. Like the stuff they were talking about, they're doing like trivia, like world geography, geopolitical geography, 5 minutes before they go out and play the opening draw. Oh yeah. Like two very, very smart. And then you meet their kids and their kids say something to you. You're like, wait, what? They're amazing individuals.
Hey there, it's Jeff Marek here. Hope you've been enjoying this series as much as I've loved being part of the creation of it. You know, my wife and I both have countless memories from spending time discovering Canada. Well, I always come back to the summer of 2005. We were staying at a cottage on Lake Joseph here in Muskoka, watching the Live 8 Music Festival in Barrie on television. My buddy Jeremy Taggart, former drummer from Our Lady Peace, dropped by after his band's set and stayed the rest of the weekend at the cottage after the band's set and told some incredible backstage stories about some amazing Canadian music icons. I will never forget that. And fast forward to today, I'm a hockey parent, and I feel like I'm always on the road with my family. Whether that means traveling across Southern Ontario hockey rinks during the week or overnight at tournaments on select weekends. But what makes our hockey experience even more special is booking a place on Airbnb when we're on the road for overnight tournaments. There's more room for the kids to have fun with their buddies at the house. We can host teammates' families for dinners and video review screenings, and everyone can get their own space under one roof and some well-earned shut-eye for the next day's slate of games, and they are many. All of this traveling got me to thinking, my home's just sitting empty when I could be hosting it on Airbnb instead. Hosting just fits into anyone's lifestyle, even mine. I'd simply put up my house on Airbnb, pre-select dates that I want to host, bam. It's practical, easy to manage, and it enables people like me to make some money while they're not at home. Your home might be worth more than you think. Find out how much at airbnb.ca/host. Columbus is a team that this past season has, look, now we know what it feels like when the entire hockey world's heart breaks at the same time with Johnny Gaudreau. And this team became every other team's second favorite team. Mm-hmm. every other hockey fan. I'm a Philadelphia Flyers fan, and I want Columbus to make the playoffs. I'm a Los Angeles Kings fan, and I'm cheering for Columbus. Did you feel that as a player? Because it was very much a thing in hockey amongst fans.
Yeah, we did, for sure. It's, man, it still doesn't make sense.
I understand.
But we did feel that from the hockey world. That's one certainly, one of many amazing things that came about. But I've always believed this. I've always been a hockey player and always loved the hockey world. And what comes of it, I always think that there's some really, really tremendous people. Just as a whole, it's a tremendous world. And I mean, you saw it on full display with what happened with the Gaudreau family. So yeah, and them cheering us on was incredible. And Boone and I and Monty, for a good extent of it, were out and we were in and about with the fans quite a bit more this year. And it was, I mean, yeah, we could feel it for sure.
This is a really good hockey team and ready to take another step as everybody went their separate ways at the end of the season. What was the mood? What was the vibe?
Very, very mad that we didn't make it. Yeah, guys were kind of, end of your party, you're having a beer with your buddies and you're like deer in the headlights, like what just happened? And then I think everybody felt a few days after that, anger, and that's.
It's a remarkable team in that in a lot of ways, people that have played there, I'll talk about it in glowing terms. What's your experience in Columbus been like? Because you played a lot of other places.
Yes.
Like, what's it been like being a Blue Jacket?
Yeah, definitely one of the proudest parts of my career for sure. Signed there, never really even considered, I was part of that free agency thing. So you get a phone call, you're like, how does this sound? And then it happens so quick, like, okay, I'm a Blue Jacket. And then you get there and we bought a house, first time I've ever bought a house playing the NHL somewhere, which is interesting. So we did that. 9 days after we move in, my daughter's a native of Columbus. She was born there. So that'll always have a special place in our hearts. Yeah, daughter's from there. So. And then you get used to the city and you meet the people and the community and you start making friends there and it's a spectacular place. It really is. My neighbors, we had 6 cakes sitting on the table within an hour of us moving into our house. Yeah. I tell this story pretty often, but I think it's kind of the essence of Columbus. So when Johnny passed away, we came in. We were overseas and we flew back, jumped in the car, drove down really quick, just had to be in Columbus. Everybody did the same on our team. We got there early and we're all going to figure it out together. So we got in at about, 2:30 with the kids. I got a 4 and a 2-year-old, so they, get to bed really late. Wake up the next morning, we don't have food in the house at all, this, that, and the other. Kids are dog tired. They wake up early. At 6:45 in the morning, I hear a knock on my door. I'm like, who the heck is this? And I go outside and it's my neighbor. And he had gone to Tim Hortons, got 2 extra large coffees for us and a box of Timbits for the kids. And he's like, hey man, I'm sorry. Wow. He's like, here's your coffee. And that encompasses Columbus to me.
Some guys will say, I like them all, but best Canadian city.
I got a very. It's between 2.
Okay.
I go 2.
We'll give you 2.
Okay.
It's the summertime. We're in Muskoka.
They're so vastly different.
Okay.
So, Montreal, because it's Montreal and it's got that European feel.
That's my answer. There's nothing like Montreal.
And then I never knew it from traveling there before, but when I lived there, Calgary, Alberta. All day long. Oh, it's amazing. It's a fantastic city. Absolutely loved it there.
I've always maintained that every single hockey fan needs to have the Saturday night, 7:01 Eastern, Montreal Canadiens, Bell Center, lights dim, ghosts of the four, like even just thinking about it, like the hairs.
Oh, yeah.
Like what's that like standing there on the blue, and it's Saturday night in Montreal, man.
Yeah, crazy. I mean, it's the one of the last buildings that was built the old way, where the stands are like right on top of you.
Yeah.
So it looks so much bigger. Yeah, that's a whole different thing. Like I go, you know how they put that little tunnel out for the visiting team?
Yep.
So when we play there and they were doing that fire thing and the Coldplay song Fix You, I'm standing right up against the glass watching it. Still to this day. I love that. Absolutely love it. I'm standing there and I get the goosebumps and I come flying out. It's a great place to play.
Montreal's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah, it's amazing.
Pause on that for 1 second. I remember it was Crosby who talked about the first time, because of some injury, that he didn't play, and he was watching from up top, and he realized a lot of things about the game that you don't realize when you're playing. Because you're right in the middle of it. It's the worst place to try to make sense of something, because you're right in the middle of the storm. Things like I have more time in this situation than it feels like I do when I'm on the ice.
For sure.
When you're watching, like, what are some of the things that you notice as an NHLer?
It looks really easy. From way up there. Looks really easy.
That's where we sit, so we think it's like,
I know,
come on, guys,
honestly,
how do you not make that play?
I know. I kept reminding myself, Boone, it's like, it looks so easy from up here, man. Like, yeah. So that's the first, it can play a little trick on you. So, but yeah, you pick up those little things like, oh, wow. You can see when you're at ice level playing the game, you can feel momentum changes. Up there, you can see them. You see the effectiveness of execution, flat passes on the tape. You can see how it kills momentum if you're not executing well. It just happens really quick.
Right.
And it could be a series of 2-3 passes straight in a guy's skates, and then you're fumbling for the next 6-7 shifts trying to chase the game. So you see those ebbs and flows really clearly from up there.
So I texted someone a couple of days ago, said, talking to Erik Gudbranson, what should I know? I'm going to read the quote to you. He is a true leader who completely changed our locker room.
Who said that?
I'm not going to tell you.
That's nice.
When you hear that, what do you think? Like, what does something like that mean to you?
Yeah. I really appreciate that. It's something maybe I'll show my kid one day. Yeah. Honestly, though. I mean, always. And I remember,
because I know how it matters to players, like how people around them feel about them.
Yeah, and I think the main thing with us this year that was a testament to our success and getting us on the right trajectory as an organization was everybody. Losing John was just a better person. We were better teammates to each other. We just cared more. You're just better people. We came to the rink, we executed, we were focused, this, that, and the other. But to a man, take hockey out of it, we were just better friends. And I think that matters. And I've made every single mistake you could possibly make in the NHL. But yeah, I think my dad was, and my folks were always, be a good teammate, always. Be a good teammate and always work, always, work hard and lead by example and try to do that. So I appreciate that. It's nice to hear.
Criticism. I once had someone, I was actually a yoga teacher, ask me, we were talking about criticism, she said, how do you handle it? I'm like, look, I've decided to live my life professionally, publicly. I have to expect it. If I stick my head up above a crowd, someone's going to throw a stone.
For sure.
Everybody gets a free shot. Like that. Yep. That's fine. Like, I've decided to do this. This is part of the business. She said to me something that I've never forgotten. She said, in your life, you're going to meet people that love you and you're going to meet people that hate you. And the thing that you need to remember is none of it has anything to do with you. That's just where they are at that point in their life. You just happen to be standing there.
Yeah.
I've always remembered that. Every hockey player hears everything about their game all the time. Do you have armor for that?
I used to not. Yeah. And no. In all honesty, like going from Florida where there was not much of that to Vancouver where we were struggling, like that was, whoa, that was. I was drowning in that a little bit, and I didn't have that in place when I played for the Canucks. There's no way. Like everything bugged me. I was like, this is never ending. I don't know, how'd you guys play here? You just played full career here? Yeah, and then you maybe a little bit just get callous to it. I'll be honest, it really all changed when my son was born. That was the first one, because I was like, I'm dad first and foremost. You know what I mean? Like I'm not doing it because at that point you're doing it for your family, but you're doing it for you, kind of thing. And maybe but having a kid there that you're doing it for them, that's everything changes. And I was like, immediately when he came out, I was like, never worrying about this again. I'm gonna work harder, but never worrying about this again. Like it's irrelevant. Like as long as he's happy with me. And I got to hold up to that standard too. It's not as if I'm just going to take the day off and not work hard. No. I want to be better because of him. Yeah. But being better because of him is not being brought down by what people say about you, because then there's that.
It's the old saying, I wanted to quit until I remembered who was watching.
Yeah, exactly that. So, yeah, I mean, at some point, like if he wants to, maybe if he wants to be a hockey player in the future, that experience, I'm arguably going to sit down and have that conversation with him. I had it with my dad numerous times, right? Yeah. Dad, I don't know what to do. Like, this is crazy. It's killing me. I don't know what to do here. I don't like hockey. Yeah. He's like, no, you'll be fine. I know it's rough. You'll be all right. He's like, same thing though. Like it's someone else's problem. It's not yours.
It's not you.
Yeah. So, and some of it's warranted, and you take it, you put it in your back pocket, and you apply it to, try and make it better. And some of it you just can't handle. Canadian hockey fans are extraordinarily passionate. Played for 3 teams, and when it's not going well, like they'll let you know.
There's 40 million general managers here,
Yeah.
In Canada.
Yeah, for sure. For sure there is. I've seen them coast to coast.
Here's one. What makes you the happiest about hockey?
That's a great question. Man, the purest form, like the purest form of it, like when it really sucks and you accomplish something good, like that feeling of going back into the room and celebrating it with the boys is like, man, there's nothing like that. And like, and then, being able to learn stuff about yourself, learn stuff about your teammates. That's another part that's amazing. I think feeling so important to a group of other people that you would put yourself in harm's way to accomplish the team's goal. Yep. Like to be that emotionally invested in something where it brings that out of you. I think that's a gift that like hockey can give you. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? That you're going to take, you can risk a whole lot to make something happen for your boys. And then lastly, like seeing my kids up against the glass. That's like the kids and my wife, like that's the best right there. Yeah.
This has been great. Best of luck with Columbus.
Yeah. Thank you very much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.